Come on in, everyone. Come on in because we are back for episode 36, Pop the Balloon. We are still on episode 36, y'all. The first video I did, if you didn't get a chance to go watch it, go back and watch it because all we did was see the first match. That's all we got through. And the young lady, I think her name was Nita or something like that. She ended up going home with Obu or Obo or someone. I forget his name as well. Sorry. But yeah, they went off and sailed off into the sunset. And I got to read y'all reviews, your recap, your reviews down in the comments. And I agree with a lot of y'all. She was boring. She was boring. And I think the best comment I saw was that both of these people want to mate at their convenience. We had Nita, who honestly, I really think she was looking for a man to fold into her life exactly. She wanted a clone of herself. And then Oba, who was a self-confessed, hadn't even really valued relationships, hadn't made time for relationships, hasn't found the balance between work-life balance and real life, was starting a new career, said he was here to find a woman that was worthy enough to change all these things about him. What a hot mess. And that's who she chose. She chose him because he was corporate. That's what we said before. So now we got left the men up here. We've got the doctor. Okay. He was the one with the shades and the hat talking about he's Dr. somebody and he got a 3-point criteria that he's named. We got the tall guy. We've got Santa. We've also have the Super Bowl mascot for the Indianapolis Colts. And then we've got a couple of guys, the tattoo artist with the gold grill. And then we have the gentleman who said he's got the best abs in the city. I don't even know what city they're in. But we're going to keep going, y'all. We're going to go ahead and bring out the next lady. And we are going to start talking about it. So let's get going. So it was a match. It was a match.
And you guys can go on up. Go ahead, take your lady. Make some noise for them guys.
Oh, I forgot about the guy with the Hawaiian shirt. He was corporate
let's
too.
bring out our next single lady.
Woohoo! Come on, lady. Come on, lady.
Hello.
Come on, lady.
What's your name?
Okay.
My name is Tamia.
Okay, Tamia. Oh my goodness, Tamia. First of all, Tamia, you're pretty. Okay. I like the dress, but I don't necessarily like the dress for where she is. Okay, she looks like she's going flamingo dancing. Now, ladies, it's important to look good, but it's also important to be appropriate for the moment. She kind of almost looks like she's going to be a bridesmaid in a wedding. And she's even upstaging Arlette. I mean, she got on a fancier dress than Arlette, and Arlette is the host. When it comes to date outfits, and honestly, this is a first date. This is a first impression. When it comes to first impressions, whether you met someone online and now you're going to meet them for the first time, that really is your first meeting. So for the most part, this is her first meeting with a guy. And I'm going to say that although she may be pretty, although the dress may be pretty, I'm going to say it's a little too much for this time. And I'm going to give you guys a little hint when I used to date. I used to have certain outfits that I wore on first date. I called them my first date outfits, right? I made sure that my first date outfits were appropriate for the date. So typically on a first date, you're only going to go a couple of places with the guy. You're going to go to dinner. You're going to go either something active. Maybe it's a walk or a hike or something like that, some type of outdoor activity where you need a different type of outfit for that. Maybe you even need to wear sneakers for it. Maybe your first date is to dinner, so you need a nice dinner outfit. Or maybe your first date is just coffee, so you need a nice coffee. My suggestion to ladies is find you 4 good outfits for those 4 different types of dates. An active date, a coffee date, a dinner date, like an outdoor date or something like that. And if you're dating actively, which is what you should be doing when you're looking to enter in a relationship, you should be dating as much as you can. But you don't want to keep spending a whole lot of money on new outfits. And you always want to make sure that you have the appropriate outfit on because it is a first impression. Just get your 4 outfits, get your 4, and always wear those on your first dates. Because come on, hey, they're not going to, if it's just a first date, some dates don't even make it to the second date. these first date men are never going to see your first date outfits. You don't need to go out and spend a lot of money on dating. A lot of women invest way too much money financially into first dates. And what that does is it puts a lot of pressure on them to make that date a lot because they think about, oh, I got my hair done, I got my nails done, I got a new outfit. So you don't want to keep putting pressure on these dates and sometimes always feeling the need to get a new outfit or do so much. I think it puts a lot of pressure on the woman for that date. So I'm going to say right here, this dress is a little bit too much. And in addition to that, it doesn't really give the guy an opportunity to know who you would be on a daily basis. This is a special occasion outfit she's got on. And most people, they want to kind of, the reason you're getting to know a person is to get to know the real you. So you can look good, but you can also look good appropriately. And like I said, she looks like she's either going to a wedding, she's a bridesmaid, a flamingo or something. For me, it's just a little too much for this venue. The same way I said over there with the guys, the mascot for, the Indianapolis Colts, inappropriate for this meeting. The bright red suit all the way down, the Skittles suit, like he was a bag of Skittles or he's Santa Claus, too much. But anyway, let's keep going. Let's see what the young lady has to say. But that's going to be my tip on this outfit that she has. It's a bit too much for me for the occasion. But once again, y'all, remember, I'm old. And maybe this is what the young people do. But some things, even if you're young, they still don't work. But let's keep going.
How old are you?
I'm 36 years old.
And what do you do?
Okay, wait a minute. He done popped the balloon already. This is the same guy, the same doctor that popped the balloon earlier on the lady. And he pops it. The last time I thought he popped it because of her hairstyle. Now he's popping it with this lady. I know she's taller than him. Well, I don't know, it's with the heels. But all she did was tell her age. So he must not like her age. But let's keep going.
I am an engineer.
Okay. Hey, a STEM major. Hey to all my STEM ladies. All righty. Love it.
Medical manufacturing.
Nice.
And I'm also an entrepreneur.
Okay.
I own a clothing store as well.
Wow.
Right.
She's
Very
doing the
busy.
doggone thing.
What do you like to do?
Things I do for fun. One, I love to travel. So I like to go see new places.
Okay.
I like sports.
Okay.
Going to basketball games, football games.
You know what? I like that answer. I'll tell you this, ladies. Sometimes I see women when they talk about the things they like to do for fun. None of them are things that like men will like to do. Men have to envision hanging out with you. They have to envision what could be some things we like to do together. And when women mention things like go to brunch, go to dinner, men are not going to be interested in that thing. So you need to be more well-rounded. You need to have activities that you enjoy that are not only girly activities that you can do either with your man, with your girlfriends, or alone, but you also, like I said, the man needs to envision you in his life. And if all you like to do is go to brunch, go shopping, do things like that, it's going to be hard to attract the average man. And the average man likes to do certain things. Not every man likes sports, but a large percentage of men do like sports. Men like other activities that they like to do. So you need to make sure that you also enjoy activities that both men and women like to do so that you can be appealing to men in terms of your lifestyle, right? Okay, so far I'm liking her answers.
I like music, so going to concerts, listening to music, dancing.
I like that.
Yeah, and then I like to help people, others. So I'm doing community work.
Good.
Mentoring, coaching, any way I can help my community.
Okay, I like
What do you look
it.
for in a man?
Things I'm looking for in a man. One, a man that knows the Lord.
Okay. Okay, so right then and there, we got the Indianapolis Colts mascot popped his balloon because she said right off the bat she's looking for someone who knows the Lord. Now, this is a very touchy conversation to have because knows the Lord is very, very subjective. Very, very subjective. So in this moment, I would stay away from things that can be interpreted differently. Because when someone says, I want a man that knows the Lord, do you mean someone that believes in God or believes in the Lord? Are you talking about someone that goes to church every single week? Are you talking about a bedside Baptist, right? Where they don't go to church, but they watch, TD Jakes or, someone on television every Sunday? What are you talking about? And because you don't have time to expound on that in this moment, um, it's better to stick with something that is more definable. Like she could have just said, I definitely want someone who believes in God. And then later on, she could explore more deeply how deep his faith is. But you really want to stay away from these really super subjective type descriptions of the man you want, because what men will do is they will eliminate themselves because they think, oh, knows the Lord. Okay, this is a girl who's going to want me to be up in church all the time. She's not going to want to have any premarital sex, blah, blah, this. They come up with all these things and they say, well, I don't want a woman like that because I don't want to go to church all the time. And I know I'm going to want to have sex with my girl before we get married, you see? And that may not be the case. So here you have the Indianapolis Colts football mascot has already popped his balloon when she said, knows the Lord. But honestly, do we even know what she means by knows the Lord? No, no. So I would say, unless you have the ability to expound upon such a statement, I would say keep it to something like, I want a man who believes in God. And then later on, you could talk more deeply and figure out like how deep is his faith or how he sort of demonstrates his faith. Okay, let's keep going.
And that is secure. And when I say secure, I mean secure in himself, secure in who he is, his abilities, and his future, where he's going.
Okay.
I also look for somebody that wants longevity, that's in it for the long haul, somebody that wants marriage, children. So, yeah.
I actually like what she's saying, and she's really making a clear distinction that she's here for a long-term relationship. She's not here for a situationship. She's not just here for to date someone. She's here to date with the intentions of getting married. So overall, I like her. The dress, like I said, I think is a bit too much. And then the comment about knowing the Lord, I think she can tighten up that request in her future dating. But so far, okay. So far, I'm liking it. I'm liking my STEM major. Okay.
That's what I look for.
Now, what are some deal breakers?
Deal breakers, cigarette smoking is a no for me. 420, do your thing, but also.
So she said, 420, do your thing. But she says she also wants someone to know the Lord. So this is why I'm saying this whole introduction of religion, it can sort of sound a bit hypocritical, because someone who's thinking she's super religious would say, well, how can you be super religious, but then you also are okay with someone smoking marijuana that is still illegal in a lot of states? You see, that's what I'm saying. It's mixed signals, ladies. It's mixed signals. So get it right, and get it tight. Let's keep going.
Been previously married. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. What did she say? Let me go back.
All right, cool. So we did get.
Hold on a sec. I missed out.
What are some deal breakers?
Deal breakers, cigarette smoking is a no for me. 420, do your thing, but also, if you've been previously married, yeah, I'm not gonna do that one.
Okay, so we got another pop balloon with the man with the grill. And it's interesting. She said she doesn't want a man that's been previously married, but she didn't say she didn't want a man with children. So let me get this right. You would take a man that hasn't been married but has kids, but you wouldn't take a man that's been previously married that had kids or didn't have kids. Once again, think about what you're saying. I will date a man that hasn't been married but has kids, but I won't date a man that was married and didn't have kids or was married and had kids. These are the contradictions, ladies. Get it right and get it tight. And it looks like the grill man, the man with the gold grill, has popped his balloon because he obviously must have children, which is interesting because on the last episode with the other lady, he told us a story of how he had grown up in a broken home and that family was really important to him and that he wanted an intact family. This is what he told us with the previous lady. Now we see him popping the balloon, which means he must already have a children. So maybe what I'm getting from this man is that I've already had children with a woman in which our family wasn't intact. So going forward, I want to be in a different type of situation where the next time I have children, I do want an intact family. But he's eliminated himself because she has specifically said that she wants a man that doesn't. Oh no, she said she doesn't want a man that hasn't had who hasn't been married. So I guess he was married. So I don't know if he has any children, but it looks like he might be both. He might have been married and had children and got divorced. So he's a divorced man with children, which disqualifies him from this. And what he's saying is, going forward, I want to have an intact marriage and an intact family. But he's been disqualified in her book. Interesting. We'll get to hear his response. Let's keep going.
All right, cool. So we did get some pop balloons. Let's go.
Oh, and we know, because no one else popped their balloon, that none of these other men are divorced. Interesting. So none of these other men are divorced. They also have never been married, which is interesting because the guy number 2, who's very tall, who told us he worked at Yanni's Grill, said that he had children. So he did not marry his baby mamas. And he said children. He didn't say child. The last lady didn't want to date a man that had more than one child. He popped his balloon, which means he has more than one child, which means at no point in time did he marry any of the women that he laid down with and had children with. That's a red flag. I will take a man that was married to the mother of his children, even if they divorce, versus a man who has made children with multiple women, but never even tried to make the relationship work with inside of a marriage, right? Because there's one thing to try and to fail. There's another thing that you never even did all you could to try to make the relationship work. And they might can say, oh, I did try everything. Well, a large part of a woman in the way she behaves in a relationship is her feeling secure. And if I'm in a relationship with you and I've had your child, but you haven't given me the security of a covenant of a marriage, I'm going to behave differently. I am. So in that respect, I am going to say that he didn't try, because a man should bring security to a woman's life. And I don't mean just financial security. He should bring security for his love in the relationship. And when a woman doesn't have that security, she behaves differently. She absolutely behaves differently. So I already know, I don't remember anyone else saying they had children, but I already know that the man, tall man, second from the front, has multiple children, and he didn't marry any one of them. But yet, according to she's not Nita, I forget her name. According to her criteria, he's still in the hunt. Nah. Anyway, let's keep going.
Over there, see why they ended up popping. Your name and age.
Desmond, call me Dr. Des.
Oh my
age
gosh.
37, founder CEO of Platinum Care Health Solutions.
What is he promoting his business? Founder of Platinum Care Solutions. He's here to promote his business. Anyway, I didn't like him the last round, and I'm not liking him more because he's starting off with the same speech. If he starts talking about this criteria again, I'm really going to be irritated.
All right. And Desmond, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
She's a beautiful lady, attractive, nice teeth. I love that. I popped my balloon, one, because of the age. Second, because of the legs.
Oh my gosh. He said the age. First of all, didn't she say she was 36? He's 37. So isn't the age kind of the same age? I don't get that. And then he said her legs. Lord have mercy. I'm scared to push play. I'm scared to hear what this man is going to call her legs. I hope he don't call her legs something like elephant legs or something. What's he gonna do? What is about to come out this man's mouth? Anyway.
The legs. What's wrong with her legs?
There's nothing wrong with your legs. I do pay attention to the full package, and I'm very specific when it comes to physical attraction. So that really didn't fall into my area of interest.
Okay, I think he's trying to say her legs are too thick. He isn't saying it, but I think that's what he's trying to say. Her legs are too thick. And he really didn't have to get that specific. This is kind of cruel, right? I think he could have just said he wasn't attracted to her, right? He doesn't have to go down and start picking out specific things on her body to say and to talk about her legs. So, I didn't like him before. I really don't like him. I don't think that you need to be like, he doesn't need to do this. If you don't like someone, just say that you don't like them. You don't have to lie, but you also don't have to offer up extra information that is only meant to hurt someone. Anyway, I don't like him.
Yeah.
So you don't like thicker women? You like slimmer women?
I love
just say yes.
women that are fit. There's certain specifications I'm looking for. The thickness has to be at a specific location.
Oh my! Did this man say the thickness has to be at a specific location? Well, she's thick. I guess she's calling herself thick. She looked like she got a badonkadonk, so her thickness is in the right place there. But I guess what he's saying, and it is in the right place in the badonkadonk, her hips, her breasts, which I guess most men like. But I guess he's saying it's too much thickness in other areas too. This is unnecessary, sir. This is really unnecessary. And if I were her, I wouldn't even ask any follow-up questions. I don't even know why she's asking follow-up questions. Once a guy tells you he's not interested in you in terms of like attraction, just keep it moving. I mean, why do you really want to subject yourself to this sort of a beat down? Okay.
So that's what I'm looking for.
Well, that's the African gene, so I can't help that one, honey.
Thank you.
I gotta just roll with it.
Gotcha.
That's the DNA.
Beautiful
That's
teeth,
the ancestors.
though. I love it. It's very.
Okay, so she said that's the African genes. I gotta roll with it. That's what it is. Okay. I mean, that's fine for her to say that, but I've traveled to Africa. I mean, maybe she is from Nigeria or I don't know, Kenya, Ghana. I don't know where she's from. But that's also a myth, okay, that everyone in Africa is shaped like her. It's one of the biggest myths that a lot of people, like, I don't know if she's from Africa or her direct ancestors are. And I'm not talking about down the line when you go on to, 23andMe and you figure out where you're African. I'm talking about your immediate mother, father. I don't know. But I think it's one of the biggest bags of crock that a lot of women say that I'm this size because it's my DNA, it's whatever, and I don't really have the ability to weigh less. That's actually just not true. It's just really not true. Go to Africa, look at African women. African women come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. So to say that because you are African and it's in your DNA, you don't have the ability to lose 20 pounds. Ain't nobody asking her to become skinny mini olive oil, right? But to say she doesn't have the ability to lose, let's say 20 pounds, it's just not true. So I didn't really like her kind of like pushing that away. And I think she did it because she was embarrassed, because that's what I feel like that was his intent, to embarrass her. So this is her comeback. That's why I said, if a man just says something like that to you, oh, you're too thick or this or that, don't get into no back and forth with him. What for? What for? Keep it pushing. Keep it moving down the line. Anyway, girl, keep it pushing with your flamingo dress on. Keep it pushing.
Yeah, very clean and I love it. Yeah, hygiene's perfect.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, now, is he someone that's your type?
I like the way you're dressed. I love your outfit. Yeah. Yeah.
She should have said, no, he's not someone that I would date because of his personality. That's all she had to say. Nope, he's not someone I would date. Because it's not just about a physical appearance, it's about the total package. Just like he said, he's into the total package. So total package, no, he's not someone I would date. And of course he ain't someone you would date because he don't want to date you. So the answer is no, girl. The answer is no. Just say no and keep it pushing. What's all this conversation about?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And why say yes? I don't like that. Say no.
We did get another pop down here. Your name and age?
Ice 44.
Okay.
Ice.
And Ice, why did you end up popping your balloon?
You seem real cool. You seem like I feel good energy with you.
Okay, he said real cool, which means he's not attracted to her. Cool is a word a man describes a woman when he's friend zoned her. So if any man says to you, you're real cool, he's friend zoned you. Okay. Now, after he's told you you're beautiful and whatever else, and he says, oh my God, not only are you beautiful, you're gorgeous, you're sexy or whatever else. And he says, plus you're hella cool. That's a compliment. That's a compliment. But if he starts off with calling you cool before he has put you in a position or before he has characterized you as someone he would want to sleep with, then you've been friend zoned. Let it be known. Let it be known. Okay. So the mascot from the Indianapolis Colts said she's cool. And even if you just look at this right here, she's quite a bit larger than him in terms of height and everything. So he ain't trying to pick her up and take her over the threshold. He is not.
But honestly, I don't feel that initial whoa with you.
Yeah.
And that's something that I really would like in my woman. But I like the pretty toes. So
Thank you. That.
Okay, so I guess he's willing to suck some toes, but I like the way he handled it. He says, I just not initially attracted to you. I think that was short and sweet. He didn't go into any big detail. I like that. He didn't come up with no fake stuff. And then he said, but I do also like your toes because I guess he likes to suck toes. And I guess he's going to be willing to pay for your pedicures. If you like my toes looking like this all the time, good. I hope you're willing to also want to supplement and invest in me with these toes. Because let me tell you, women spend a lot of money on keeping toes looking good, nails looking good, hair looking good, all this. And if all these men want to enjoy all these beauty parts of a woman, then he may need to be willing to also help participate in keeping some of this up. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Let's keep going. Okay, mascot, Indianapolis Colts mascot.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's just not the initial spark.
Yep, that's understandable.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So now, is he someone that's your type?
I wouldn't necessarily say he's my type.
No.
Then why not?
She don't like the outfit. I know she don't.
You know what? I'm not sure. But I think it's probably the chemistry as well.
Okay, first is his height, his size, his dress. And she owns a whole clothing store. She's definitely into fashion. I find it weird sometimes that women that are into fashion, clothing designers, stylists. It's almost as if what they hate the most is to also help a man with his style. It's almost like I'm a professional stylist. I know how to style people. But then what I want to look for is I want to look for a man that already knows how to style himself. When the reality is that could be something you could bring into a relationship that a man would value. But the man that would value it wouldn't necessarily be a man that already is so entrenched into his own style that wants to do it his way, right? You're going to find that a man may appreciate that with you if he's a man that doesn't really have great style, but he's willing to invite you into his life to help you with it. I mean, come on, ladies, you got to think outside of the box. And when it comes to style, what's so interesting is if you think back to older years, women used to pick out men's outfits all the time. Women used to pack suitcases for women when you went on trips. Even when me and my husband go on a trip together and he's getting ready to pack, he will lay out the outfits he's going to take and he'll say, hey, is this good for me to take? And we'll go through it together, making sure he has like the right outfits for whatever we're going to do on the trip. But yet women, single women, don't even look at that as a part of marriage. And it is a part of marriage. Married women out there, raise your hands. Do you actually participate in sometime styling your husband or dressing your husband when you're going to events or parties or on vacations But yet I see single women who are into fashion don't want to be that person in a man's life, but want him to already have it. Now, I don't know if she likes his style, but odds are she doesn't like his style because, I mean, who really would want a person coming here dressed like this? Nobody. He needs some help. He does need some help.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We did get another pop right here.
Another
Your name
pop.
and age?
My name ready because I'm always ready.
Okay.
I'm 42.
Stop saying that.
And I married my baby mom back in 2007. So, I mean, been divorced about 15 years. But
Okay, so my guess was right. He married his baby mother back in 2007. They've been divorced now for whatever he said, 14 years. And so now you couple this with what he said in the past. He said that broken homes are hard on children. And this has not only come from his own upbringing, coming from a broken home, he's now experiencing it as a father in the home that he's with now. So this now explains some of his conversation. Let's hear what else he has to say. Why he popped his balloon. Well, we know he's popped his balloon because he's been married before.
boys married, shout out to her and my son DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I mean, you beautiful. I love brown skin women. I love thick women.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Well, there you go. See, she just eliminated this man only because he married his baby mom and tried to make the marriage work. And this is a man who said she's beautiful, he loves brown skinned women, and he loves thick women. There you go. See, dating is all about, do the people you like you? Because you can like whatever you like, but do they like you? She eliminated this man without learning more about him, all because over a stupid criteria about I don't want no one that's ever been married. And here she is 36 years old, which means, I don't know, there are going to be a lot of men who are interested in her that are in their 40s. So you want to meet a man that's 40 years old that never married a woman or never fell in love or never nothing? This is crazy, girl. You need to change this right now. This was right here, whether or not she gonna like this man with the gold grill or not, she eliminated herself with him prior to when she really should have. This part here is a little bit disappointing for me. A little bit disappointing.
He has beautiful eyes. Your eyes are very, very
I appreciate
beautiful. I
that.
like how you match your shirt with them. So
I match you too.
Yeah.
You did that. He's a clean guy, soft spoken. So yeah, I'd probably talk to
See, there you go. She would talk to him. He's a clean guy, soft spoken, but she eliminated it all because he did the honorable thing and he married his baby mama. Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready though.
Oh, ready?
Yeah.
Oh, that's eyes. I'm sorry. Ooh.
And she messed up his name.
I'm thinking, no, I'm sorry, ready. So the nicknames was getting me. So I was like, hold on. I got to keep up. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'll talk to Ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
He just popped because, one of your deal breakers was someone who was divorced.
Yeah. That's a little touchy one.
I get it. I appreciate it though.
Yeah.
We had one.
Why is that? Why doesn't she want a person already divorced, but she didn't do anything about the kids' criteria? So being divorced to her must mean something. She needs to go figure out what being divorced means to her. Does it mean she thinks that there's another woman in the background that wants the man again? Does it mean that this man failed at a marriage, so she looks at it as a failure? Is it because, does it mean to her that a person, if he's able to get divorced in a first marriage, does that mean that she's susceptible to get a divorce? Because she said in the very beginning, she wants a person who believes in marriage for a lifetime, a longevity thing, right? But she doesn't even know who left the marriage. She's assuming let's say that is her issue, that she wants a person who will stay married no matter what. What she's forgetting is that two people have a decision to leave a marriage, and it may not have been him who wanted to leave the marriage. Maybe he wasn't the one that wanted to give up. Maybe it's the woman who said she was out, and you would need to know why that woman said she was out. She really judged this way too soon. She doesn't have enough information, and I think this is a mistake she's making in dating. I think it's a mistake. Okay.
On here. Name and age.
I'm Jamie. I'll be 38 next month. Yeah.
So, Jamie, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
I popped my balloon because I just wasn't physically attracted. I feel like it was the level of makeup, the level.
Ooh, see, he's hitting on what I was saying, which I think she's a little bit overdone. And he said I wasn't attractive. It was not too much makeup. I hope he doesn't go too specifically because he's starting to get into that area that the first guy got into. But I don't know. When I look at this guy, and I was saying before, I thought he was like mixed. You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me that he's what is that? Etrian, y'all. I forget. It was the same thing. It was the same thing. I don't know where he's from. I wish he would tell us where he's from because he has specific characteristics where he is, I feel like it's African characteristics, but he's either from like Ethiopia, Etrian, or something like that. That's what I'm getting from him, but I don't know. He got a whole lot of rings on, a whole lot of jewelry, but he's about to tell her that she's too done up. And that is what I said initially too. I thought she was too done up. I didn't think she needed all of this with the hair and the flamingo dress, all the jewelry on her hand, the nails. It's a little bit too much all at once. Ladies gotta know how to add it. You don't have to throw the whole kitchen sink at a man in the beginning. You can show him different looks. You see what I'm saying? But let's go on and hear what he's got to say.
Lace front.
Ooh,
and I usually
jeez.
go for like more petite women. You know, I feel like she's
Oh,
very beautiful, but it's just not my particular style.
Gotcha. So,
oh gosh. So he went to the petite factor again. Yeah, let's see I hope she don't move on, girl. Move on. I hope she doesn't do what she did with that last guy and she's going to not counteract, but she's going to rebut what he just said. Let's see what she does.
you don't like a woman that like takes care of herself, that looks good, puts into herself.
Yeah, I was on a
Okay, girl, you're getting defensive. Move on. Because he just told you exactly what he doesn't like. He wants a petite woman. And now you're rephrasing that about a woman that puts into herself and takes care of herself, has good hygiene. That's not the same thing what he's saying. So now her feelings are hurt. And because her feelings are hurt and her ego is hurt, instead of her just moving on and concentrating on a man that would have liked her, which is the guy 2 doors down with the gold grill, she's sitting here debating this guy here. So here's what I'm going to say about her. She likes a man who is soft-spoken. She likes a man who probably doesn't like to argue. She likes a man who loves the Lord. But what I see her doing with every man that she encounters that may say something she doesn't like, she likes to challenge him. She likes to challenge him. She doesn't know how to walk away. And that's a contradiction to who some of the things she said about herself earlier. Listen, you got to be able to talk the talk, but walk the walk. And what I'm saying right now is even though she's not arguing with these men, she's not getting loud, she's not getting boisterous, she's not getting an attitude, she is in a lot of ways debating them. She's debating them. She's low-key debating them on what they said they want. And they said what they want, and there's no need for you to stick here anymore. Women who stick talking to other men who've told you they don't want you, the men are not the problem. You're the problem. Find a man that wants you. Do not debate men who've said very clearly that they don't want you. There's no need to get back and forth in this. And I already see his facial expression because now he's saying, dang, you about to buck up on me because of what I said. I said what I said, what I said, what I said. Now let's hear this back and forth.
For real, I'm not gonna lie. Like I was like, you're not my normal type, but I almost, you know what I'm saying? I almost was going. So yeah, kudos to you because you almost got me like out of my normal.
No, yep, sometimes, but you like what you like. That's fine.
Absolutely, appreciate it.
Now, is he someone that's your type?
I think he's a handsome man. I like the sweater and the jewelry. Yeah.
So she likes the sweater and she also likes all the jewelry because she likes the jewelry and she's into fashion. And she redeemed herself and she said, yeah, well, you like what you like. That's what she should have said from the very beginning. You like what you like and I understand it. Give him a few compliments, whatever, and move the hell on.
Yeah, your eyebrows do look like you got them done, though. So
What? I wasn't even looking at that. She said his eyebrows look like he had them done. So she's in the fashion, so she's noticing these eyebrows. I didn't even notice them. Hold on.
No, if you could come for the like.
So
Do those ladies, because you know I'm not a big fashion lady, do those eyebrows look like he's had them done? Like, to me, they don't, but I think it's the glow of his face. Look at his eyelashes. Like, you could see how long this man's eyelashes are. I'm telling you, I think he's kind of got like that African descendants from either Ethiopia or I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Y'all can correct me. Etrian, or whatever else. They have this look. Look at his skin. It's shiny. It's vibrant. Look at his hair texture and his beard and his mustache. So and even look at the braids in his hair. You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of that look. What was that rapper that got killed in LA? Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle. He got that Nipsey Hussle look. And maybe that's why she thinks his eyebrows have been done. But I don't know. Let's see if he says he did get them done.
Of them or no?
If they're like actually did, like they
But
might.
you don't know.
They might be more
So
on
you
fleek
don't
than
know.
mine, though.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie,
All
but that's fine.
I think that's a compliment.
Yeah, they're
Appreciate it.
you know, but
Yeah.
Okay, so what he's saying is you don't know if they've been done or not, but he didn't say whether or not they've been done or not. Some people could take that as well, they have been done and he doesn't want to admit it, or I'm going to stick with they haven't been done. And now what he classified her as is kind of shallow. So here's the thing. This constant conversation she had is starting to put her in the category of a bit shallow because she came off, my STEM major, I'm riding with you. But now where she's getting, she kind of got a little bit on a petty train. When he told her he didn't like big girls or thick girls, whatever the case, now what she did was she got on a petty train, and now what she's doing is she's digging back at him on something that he's kind of low-key calling her on and saying, you up here talking about my eyebrows are too done up. But the truth of the matter is what he's thinking is, I didn't really get my eyebrows done, but you still thick. You see? And then what he's not going to do is he's not going to dignify her and let her know whether or not he got them done before. I told you that this guy from earlier, I think he's a thinker. That's what I said. I think that he is a thinker, and that although he comes off nonchalant and kind of free-flowing, like he's artistic, he gives me a guy who's a little bit of a more of a deep thinker. And that little comment she made, which was on the petty train about his eyebrows, because let me tell you, you call out a man and tell him he looked like he got eyebrows done and he got on mascara and he doesn't, that's offensive. So she wanted to offend him the way she felt offended when he said that he wasn't attracted to her. This ain't good. This is not good. And other men are watching this. Okay, so even if she likes any of these other men, she's got to remember they're watching how she's interacting with this man. Okay.
yeah, understandable. Yeah,
Thank
no
you.
shade,
Yeah,
no
it's
shade.
all-
I'm sorry.
No shade, girl. It was all shade. What's she talking about? No shade. It was all shade. Okay.
Like, ooh,
Let's come on this way.
sorry.
All right, so we've got 3 balloons left on pops. Go ahead and ask them a question.
My first question is gonna be 5 years from now, what would you want your life to look like?
Okay. I like that
What do you envision your
question.
life
I
looking
like that
5
question.
years from now?
Name an age, and what do you envision your life looking like 5 years from now?
I'm Dan, I'm 40.
40.
5 years from now, to push my clothing brand, advocate for sickle cell because my sister passed from me. I have it as well. So let's run the number.
Okay. Push his clothing brand. She's also a fashion designer as well. She has a fashion boutique. So they're kind of in the same world of fashion. So she may like that about him. He's tall. I don't think she knows that he has children because that's something he revealed to the last person. But all she knows is he's not married. And he says that he has sickle cell, or he carries the trait. I think he said he actually has sickle cell. So we'll see if she finds that a red flag of not wanting to possibly marry or have babies with someone who carries a sickle cell trait. It may be insensitive, but it could be at the top of a lot of people's minds. Let's be real about it. Let's keep going.
For people who look like us, because they kind of sweep it under the rug.
Absolute.
But remember, he also was the one, she says she likes to give back. She likes to help. She likes to help people who are less disadvantaged. And he's talking a lot of that too. So she probably will like his answers here.
And not work.
Yeah.
The whole not working thing. So.
Oh, he don't want to work in 5 years? At 45, he want to not work?
Answer to your question.
My name is Craig. I'm 40.
That's unrealistic. Not work at 45. You mean you could talk about maybe your money's working for you, but I don't know, not work at 45? No. You need to be working at 45. I don't mean you need to be going on a 9-to-5 job, but you need to have some form of work. What? That don't make any sense. Okay, Santa, let's go, Santa. What you gonna be doing in 5 years? Coming down the chimney?
5 years from now, I'm still gonna be working.
Thank you.
I'm really the hustler type. I'm real entrepreneur spirit. Like I'm always I have a life plan, and my life.
Thank you,
5 years
Santa.
from now, I'll still be working on the empire.
Because kids need they toys 5 years from now, and firemen. He's a fireman. Fires still need to be put out 5 years from now. So he's saying I'm still gonna be working 5 years from now. Thank you, Santa.
Yeah.
I'm still building for sure.
But what do you want your life to look like? What are some things
5 years from now
you envision yourself having?
5 years from now, I'm financially set. Just living my life, doing what I want, doing exactly what I want to do,
Being free.
and work hard and play hard. We cliche, but work hard, play hard. But like 5 years from now, I plan to still be working and still putting my nuggets and doing.
Okay, so what she was looking for was an answer. 5 years now, I imagine myself married with children and having a family. That's the answer she's looking for, and she hasn't found it yet. The tall guy hasn't said marriage, family. I already know what she wants. She wants marriage. She wants children. She wants a business, right? That's the fantasy that all these women out here want. They want it all at one time. They want marriage. They want family. They want to own their own business. They want their spouse to own their own business, right? They want to do all these things in the exact same period. And to quote my good friend, that's not so much my good friend, Michelle Obama, women want everything, but you can't always have it at one time. And I don't know where women get this idea that they're going to be running businesses, also have like maybe a corporate job or some other type of job. They're going to have a husband. They're going to have multiple kids, and they're going to really have time to do all these things to the best of their abilities. And they're not going to be tired, and they're not going to be worn out, and they're not going to be irritable because they're tired, and they're not going to be running around talking about why everybody else ain't doing as much as they're doing. This is a dangerous, dangerous cycle with women, but she's looking for the man who's going to tell her in 5 years she wants to be married with kids, because that's what she wants. And there's nothing wrong with that. And so far, neither one of these men have given her that answer.
10 toes. Yeah, I got you. Awesome.
Name and age and answer to your question.
I'm Cedric, and I'm 37.
Okay,
and
Cedric.
5 years from now, I see myself financially independent, growing a family, and just investing into anything that could add value back to me and my family. What my legacy is going to be.
Okay, 5 years from now, he said growing a family. She's going to like that. He said financially independent. He's 37, so he believes he's going to be financially independent at 42. This is just unrealistic conversation. So you think in 5 years, you're going to grow a family. You're going to be so financially independent with a wife and children or multiple children that financially independent means, and that's the thing about these terms people use, right? You could say financially stable, but financially independent, what? Independent means you don't need something. So you mean financially independent from your parents? What? Financially independent from the capitalistic machine that's out here that you don't need to make any more money because you already have enough money that you need to sustain your life for the rest of your life, so you're not independent on anything. What does financially independent mean? People, get rid of these terms. And stop accepting these terms when you don't even know what these people mean. What? Financially independent, that I don't need to work at a 9 to 5 anymore? Then say that. In 5 years, I want to have been able to quit my 9 to 5 and live off the proceeds of my own private business. Say that. Say that. That still ain't all the way financially independent, because even in working for yourself, even in being an entrepreneur, you are still dependent on your business growing and thriving and your customers showing up every single time. So that even ain't independent, because the minute your customers stop showing up, you ain't got no money. Can you survive? No, then you ain't independent. You still depend on this capitalistic machine society. Oh, young people, really? Come on now. But she gonna like the answer. Of all the people, she's gonna like his answer the most, because at least he mentioned family and children. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. Let's head on back. Alrighty. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually flip it on over to you and have you answer your own question.
So 5 years from now, I want to get deeper in my career as an engineer and
deeper in her
really
career,
pave the way, continue to pave the way for women that look like me in the engineering field.
I like that.
I also want to start multiple businesses. So
What?
growing an empire that I can pass down to my children, and then having a family for sure.
Okay, girl. You just told me in 5 years, you want to be deeper in your career as an engineer, okay? Which means you want to still work a corporate job, 9 to 5. You also want to start not one business, but multiple businesses. You also want to have children, which I imagine that means that you want to get married. And you think a woman working a 9 to 5, raising multiple children, and also running multiple business has time for a husband? You got to be kidding me. You're going to barely have time to go get them toes done, girl, if you're doing all that. This is such an unrealistic point of view entering the dating world or entering the world at all. This is ridiculous. People act like there are 46 hours in a day. There are only 24 hours in a day. There's only 24 hours in a day, and you should be sleeping at least 8 of those hours, okay? Which only leaves you 16 hours left. And if you have a 9 to 5 job, that job, a corporate job, like she said, that's going to at least take up at least 9 of those hours. And then you have children, and then what, you have multiple businesses too? This is ridiculous. This is why she ain't going to get married, because nobody wants to be a part of that life. This is not attractive to be with a woman who has packed her life this busy. And in addition to, didn't she say she wants to give back and help people? So you want to be a wife, be a mother, work a 9 to 5 job, have multiple businesses, and then do charity work on the side? What kind of man would want to be married to you? I wouldn't. If I was a man, I'd be like, I don't want to be married to you. You got too much shit going on. Nope. No, thank you. No, thank you. Go dance flamingo dancing. This is ridiculous.
Nice. All right. So let me hand you a pick.
Okay.
I'll have you hold on to that. And I am going to have you pop one balloon.
Whose balloon is she going to pop?
This is the part that
I know she going to pop the Hawaiian guy's balloon because she liked his answer. Oops.
Sorry.
Am I wrong? Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. I'm so confused. I got it completely wrong. She said she wanted to be married with a family, but yet the balloon that she popped was the man with the only man who said he wanted to see a family in his life in 5 years, which means she's lying, which means she went with the men that talked about the money. She didn't go with the man that talked about the family. She's into the money. Okay, let's hear what she has to say. Boy, this surprised me, y'all. This surprised me. I was believing her answer before, but once again, here comes the contradictions. Let's hear what she says.
Sorry.
All right. So why did you have your balloon unpop?
She's gorgeous, and I like her. I like her aura. She's very well put together.
Okay.
Soft spoken,
Thank you.
and she I like him tall and thick.
I need to hear her
appreciate
answer.
that.
What's her answer?
All right, so why'd you end up why'd you end up popping his balloon?
I just think out of the three guys, physically, aesthetically, as far as like a partnership, I would match better with the other two.
Okay. She said, out of the three guys, physically, aesthetically, I would match with the other two guys. What does she mean? And what I'm saying right now, what she meant was by dress style. That's what she meant. I'm going to say that. It was a superficial, the way he's dressed. Once again, the stylist that owns her own clothing boutique, that knows fashion, just eliminated the only guy who said in 5 years he could see himself with a family, and she eliminated him because of what he had on, and she owns a whole clothing store. You've got to be kidding me. The two other men did not even mention family, did not mention kids in 5 years. All they talked about was making money, right? And she eliminated the guy who talked about family because he doesn't have something that she actually has, which he doesn't have the talent maybe to put together a nice outfit. And she's not even willing to share her style with him to help him. But she picked these other men because she feels like Santa's red suit is more stylish. And I guess the other guy, he's a little bit more stylish too because he has on a necklace. And like we said before, she likes jewelry. Well, this guy got some earrings in his ear. This is superficial. She has come down, I'm telling you, because I thought she was going to be as a STEM major. And I know she's a STEM major, but she also has this flair for the creative in the dressing. I was really hoping she was going to be a little bit more evolved. And I was wrong, unfortunately. I'm wrong. I'm really, really wrong. Okay, let's hear her.
Respect it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Horrible.
All right, go ahead and ask the
Absolutely
guys another
horrible.
question.
What does a healthy or good relationship look like to you?
Okay.
Okay, let's start
I'm okay
here.
with the question.
Learning from each other. If I don't know nothing about you, you don't know nothing about me, we ain't gonna get nowhere. And I don't like all that arguing, so
Yeah.
teach me, but don't talk at me.
Okay, he said learn about each other healthy, teach me, but don't fuss at me. You need a woman to teach you. Remember, this is the man that has not married any of the baby mamas. Remember that. We don't know how many he got, but we know he ain't married none of them. And now he's running around saying, teach me, but don't fuss at me, don't argue with me. And what they like about her is that she's soft-spoken, but she's also very, she got it fixated in her head. I can already tell that. So it's a little bit deceiving of being soft-spoken because the way she got into that sort of verbal back and forth, it wasn't an argument. She wasn't yelling. It was still a person who was willing to debate your thought, your wishes, your desires. So interesting. I wonder if she'll like this guy. Ugh.
That's it.
Okay. Understandable.
Over here.
A healthy relationship is like a free space. I want people. I want to be in a situation where like we're honest with ourselves. We are who we are. You know what I mean? So like organically, we need to be able to like function, doing you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of things like people kind of like mess up with. We bump heads just because our lives don't connect. So
Yeah.
I want to be able to be me, be free, and grow and be healthy with it. You know?
Yeah.
So that's my.
I got it. Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so she said awesome. She liked his answer. Be free, be me, be ourselves, which is another reason why people don't get together in relationships because people think they can go into relationships and be free and be me. And it's just not true. Once you live with someone, once you intertwine your lives with someone, your lives have to mesh. And in order for your lives to mesh, each person has to be willing to change. And a lot of people associate that change with not being free. That's fine if you're that type of person, then you shouldn't be in a relationship. You probably can't even share a bathroom with no one because maybe if you're by yourself, being free would mean I could spread out all my makeup across the whole bathroom counter. But if I got married and we only have one bathroom, I would have to somehow share the space with you. Yeah, maybe an answer is to have separate bathrooms, have separate sinks. Yeah, but that's not always possible. It's not always possible. People have got to learn how to get along and how to bend and mold with a partner. That's what marriage is about. So when I hear people talk about being free, being myself, doing whatever the hell I want to do, you're not ready for marriage, because marriage isn't about always being free, doing whatever you want to do, doing what comes to your mind. Because if you have two people in a marriage, him doing what he wants to do, her doing what she wants to do, if the two don't line up, then how are you going to be a partner? So that means you only can get along with someone unless they're exactly like you. That's why you got a lot of people running around here looking for someone exactly like them. Because if I get someone exactly like me, I never have to change. And here's a woman who says that she believes in the Lord. And anyone who's religious or spiritual knows that the Lord has created us all individually different. So if he has created us all individually different, how do you expect to find someone who is exactly like you? The Lord didn't make them. You're looking for somebody that the Lord didn't even make. But she thought his answer was awesome because it sounds like that's what she wants for her life, because probably so. She's got to be a woman that doesn't want a man to tell her nothing, because she just told me she wants to work a 9 to 5. She wants kids. She wants a husband, and she wants to have multiple business all at once within the next 5 years. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Okay, guys, any questions for her? Kevin?
So I'm very big on supporting.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got my own clothing line. Is you putting it in your store or not? This it right here.
Oh, hold on. So he gets a question, and his question is, I'm big on supporting each other. Are you going to put my stuff in your clothing store? What? So he hasn't even, I don't like this. He's already asking for her to do something for him. Like he said before, are you going to teach me or not? So does he want to come into the relationship and not, listen, I just gave a whole speech about getting together. If I'm married to a man and we have a clothing store, of course his stuff will be in the clothing store. But like I said, it's also about timing and being appropriate. And if you're the man and you're going to be the leader, then you should try to lead first before you're trying to ask to piggyback on something she's already done. I don't know if he's trying to get to see if she's a sharer or not, but it's not that the idea of his stuff being in her clothing store is out of the question ever, but I'm not quite sure it is something that you ask for when he doesn't even know her. So interesting. I don't like it. I'm going to tell you, I don't like it. But there she goes. Look who she's left standing. So I don't know. This is a mess.
Honestly,
I'm a walking
we're
billboard.
gonna open your own store. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah.
So
yeah, we're gonna build it together.
so we can make money together.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so she said, we're going to build you your own store. I don't even like her answer, because what she's saying is, no, you're not going to put your stuff in my store. We're going to build you your own store. There go that independence. Girl, you just want a sperm donor. Just get you a sperm donor because you really don't want the marriage. It might be too soon for him to be talking about this, but to even say, no, we'll build you your own store. What? Girl. But they both are a hot mess.
We're not making money. We can't even, that's not going to work.
But would you make money with your friend?
Make money
What?
with anyone that God has put in my place to help.
Oh, wait a minute. She said, if we're not here to make money, that's going to be a no starter automatically. So he says, unless you're about your money, it's a non-starter, which I picked up on that because she eliminated the one guy who said he wanted 5 kids in 5 years. So now she's getting to who she really is, which is if you ain't making no money, then it's a non-starter, because really what she's about is she's about making money.
So I'm very big on supporting.
Yeah.
like I said, I got my own clothing line. Is you putting it in your store or not?
Are you putting it in his store?
Honestly,
I'm a walking
we're
billboard.
gonna open your own store. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah.
So
Yeah. We're gonna build it together.
so we can make money together.
Oh, absolutely. If we're not making money, we can't even, that's not gonna work.
But would you make money with your friend?
Would you make money with your friend?
With anyone that God has put in my place to help or.
Okay, she said she would make money with anyone who God has put in her space to help. So she would help other people make money. So she's saying, I'm going to help you make money because God put you in my space to help you. Because remember, she said she likes to give back. So he said, would you make money with your friends? So is he friend zoning her? What are you talking about? Make money with your friends? She's looking for a romantic relationship. So he's just here, like he said, a walking billboard. He ain't interested in her. He's not interested in her. He's looking at her as a person that I really don't want to date you, but I have a business. I'm a walking billboard. We're not going to be anything more than friends. So can you put my stuff in your store? Ugh. I hope she sees he ain't interested in her. He is not interested in her. He's interested in her as a business connection. So there you go. You eliminate the men who were interested in you physically, sexually, romantically, and now you're left with a man because you link so heavily in the money. Now all he's thinking about is making money with you, not making love to you. Okay.
Impact. So that can be anything. It doesn't have to be monetary. It can be giving resources, support.
So she's talking about helping him.
And just energy. Yeah.
She's talking about helping him because she like to help people.
Have you been married? Do you have kids? Where you live?
Have you been married? Okay. He getting to it. He getting to it.
I have never been married. I would like to get married sooner than later. I do not have any children.
Okay.
And I live in Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota.
Minneapolis, Minnesota. So I live in the cold. We live up north. But I travel a lot. So I'm between Minneapolis, Dallas. I like to travel. So I'm on the road. And I'm not afraid to drive.
Okay.
Love it.
Yeah.
And where are you since you're that?
I'm in New Jersey, Newark, New Jersey.
New Jersey, Minnesota. That's kind of far.
Mm-hmm. And let's ask you, since we asked him, where are you?
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Vegas.
Nice.
All right.
Yanni's Grill.
One of their balloons. Whose are we popping?
Who's she gonna pop? I think she's gonna pop the. I don't know who's the tall. Oh yeah, she popping the tall guy.
So why did you have?
Let's hear why.
She want to make money. I'm about money.
Okay, there you go. The reason his balloon was on pop because he wants to make money and she's about making money. It has nothing to do with being attracted to her. It was about using her as a business connect. And that's who she has left standing. Her picker is way off. Her picker is so far off, but let's keep going.
I believe friendships, you got to have a like ground foundation. So if she put me on, I'm going to be loyal to her as a friend, but I want to make the money.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. He basically said he's a user. If you put me on, which means if you doing something for me, I'll be loyal to you. Okay. And of course you're going to be loyal. You're going to be loyal to a person who's lifting you up. Why wouldn't you be loyal? It's easy to be loyal to a person who's bringing you up and uplifting you, but who have you lifted up? He ain't married no baby mamas. He's a taker. He's a user and he's a taker. Okay. He's a user and he's a taker. And he said, I'll be loyal to a person who's lifting me up. But yet he hasn't talked about lifting up nobody else. He talking about, can you put my stuff in your store? He's a user.
And that's just keeping it G.
Mm-hmm. So
he ain't interested in her romantically.
Honestly, I don't mind helping, but right now where I am in my life, I'm building, but I want somebody that's going to bring, that can match me in what I bring to the table, and we build together. So I'm not looking to You know what I'm saying?
Lift somebody else
I
up.
do that already. I can do that just as a friend, as a coach or somebody, just, but I want somebody that's established.
Okay. So there you go. She's already a grinder out here in the world. I know she's a grinder. She got a 9-to-5 job. She's got a business. She's a hustler. And more than likely, maybe within her friend circle, she's probably looked at as established and doing very well. So she probably has a lot of people coming to her asking for help. Can you loan me money? Can you help me? Girl, show me what you did. I want to do it. And what she's saying is, I do like to help, but I'm tired of being weighed down by people who are constantly, riding on my coattails or asking me for things. And right now, I don't want a guy coming to me asking me for something because you're starting to feel like all these other people, and that's what he was doing. So she doesn't want that. She wants someone that's already established, someone that she can grow with, that she can also go to the next level, and hopefully someone that she can learn something from. I get it, girlfriend. I get it, girlfriend. However, but all that other conversation, you now got to start asking yourself what type of man is attracted to the energy you have. And when you are so fast out there in the street, and when I say fast, I don't mean promiscuous. When you're so fast with a 9-to-5 job, running to run multiple businesses, 1.5 children, all of that, you become overwhelming for a lot of people because most people don't move their life at that pace. And you could tell me, well, so what? I want someone to move at that pace. Then I get to, well, is that pace even healthy? Is that pace even healthy? I get that you like to, you like to run at that pace. I get that you like it, but is it healthy? And is it healthy for a sustainable relationship? And it's not. It might make you feel good in the short term because it's what you like to do. But if you're talking about your long-term goals of having a healthy, happy marriage and also having a life that you have time with your children, that you actually have time to raise your children, and you're not stressed and you're not overwhelmed, then what you just described, it may be good for the moment on paper in your head, but it doesn't make sense to have that as a goal for a lifetime for all of that stuff to happen in 5 years. So she's good to not have wanted to be with this guy, but it's too bad she took that long to figure it out because she eliminated some other guys over there that maybe they would have been a better fit. I don't know. So he's out. So now she's stuck with Santa Claus. She's stuck with Santa Claus. Let's see if Santa Claus even likes her. And to be honest with you, I don't think Santa Claus does. Santa Claus did not say anything about him liking her. He never said it. All he talked about in his 5-year plan, it didn't even include her. It didn't even include no wife and no kids. He talked about he gonna be hustling. Let's see. She's stuck with him now.
Mm-hmm. All right, thank you. Okay, let me have you come on up here with us, and I'll have you stand over here. No,
he don't even want to walk up there. Look how slow he walking.
All right, y'all.
He don't want to be there.
Between the two of you.
Do you eat pork?
Do you eat pork?
Honestly, I'm African.
Oh, she is African.
So we eat a lot of things. But
just say I do.
Like I love fish. So I really want to become pescatarian.
Okay, what's up with this long-winded answer? She's trying to think about whether or not he likes it or not. Just say you eat pork or you don't eat pork. I don't get this. Spit it out.
But yeah, I eat bacon for sure.
Me too. It's all right.
So it was a trick. It was a trick question.
Okay.
You good? Do you have any final questions? If you don't have one, it's fine. You don't have to force it.
What do you do for work again?
I'm a firefighter, entrepreneur, and I do event space, like event manager.
Oh, I'm actually even thinking about getting in that business. That's amazing.
We can definitely
I like
chat.
that.
All right. Yeah. Let me ask my final question.
Okay, wait a minute. She said, what do you do? He said, I'm Santa Claus. I'm a firefighter, and I'm also an entrepreneur. So I'm only busy on Christmas Eve in my entrepreneurial business. And he said he's also starting an event space. And she goes, ooh, I like that because I was thinking about doing that too. So she didn't want the tall guy because he was about to piggyback on her, but she's okay with piggybacking on this guy, and they could do it together and they could build together. So that's what she's interested in. So like I said, he never mentioned kids. He never mentioned getting married. All he's talking about is starting a business, and all of a sudden she's excited about it. Girl, just get you a sperm donor. She don't want to get married. That ain't priority. Marriage is a byproduct. Her real thing is making money. Making money.
Is it a yes for you for her?
The only reason I would say no.
Oops.
The only reason I would say no, I don't want to do long distance.
Ooh.
So I hit Minnesota, I think, long distance, and I have my own situation with a long distance situation.
I can come over there. I can travel.
Uh-oh.
And I'm willing to move. So I don't.
There go the rebuttal. There goes the rebuttal. Okay. Let me tell you what she's setting herself before. First of all, he says he doesn't want to move. Then I don't know why he's on Pop the Balloon, because I don't think they guarantee everyone to be in the same city on Pop the Balloon. So why are you here? Okay. So this is just an excuse. It's a lie. He's not really attracted to her. I said it from the very beginning. And now he's making up an issue about the long distance. And what does she say? She rebuts him. Once again, not accepting what a man just told you, but trying to convince him of something different. She tried to convince the men that said that they didn't like thick women or bigger women. She tried to convince them that thick women and bigger women are okay because we take care of ourselves. We have good hygiene. We invest in ourselves. Girl, no, just accept his answer. Now, this man said, I don't really want to date a woman long distance. Whether or not that's true or not, which I believe is just a bunch of hogwash. He doesn't really like her. She then rebuts him and says, I'm willing to travel. I'm willing to move. I'm willing to drive around town. Girl, accept the man's answer. Now what you're setting yourself up for is a man to say yes to you, even though he don't really want you. Then what'll happen is he'll do whatever he wants with you for that little bit of time, and then eventually he'll fade away because he'll go back to the same thing he said before. I don't want a long distance relationship. I told you that in the beginning. You tried to convince me that it would be okay, but your convincing wasn't good enough. I still don't want it. Let's see if this man will hold firm and say, nope, I'm a pass because I don't want a long distance relationship, or because she's offering him something, if he will just take the candy and then later on take the candy out of his mouth because he don't really want it. Most men take the candy and discard you later, just to let y'all know. I don't know what he's about to do. Most men, when you try to convince them to be with you, even though they won't want to, what they'll do is say, oh, okay, I guess it's no strings attached. I guess I could try it out for free. It's like a 30-day free trial. And what they figure out is, if you're going to give me a 30-day free trial and I can return you and not lose no money, I'll do it. And most men will say yes to you only to say no to you after they finish their 30-day free trial. Let's see what Santa Claus says.
In the color forever.
To New Jersey?
I would move to a lot of places. I would move international. I'm open. I have a foreign mindset. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, she said she wanted to get out of the cold from Minnesota. And now he's saying, well, why would you move to New Jersey? New Jersey is just as cold as Minnesota. So he's shocked. He's shocked that she's already backed up off of something that she said she didn't want to do. He don't believe her. Let's keep going.
All right, we can chat.
Oh.
We could chat.
Okay, well then let me ask that again.
We can chat.
Yes for you for her?
I say yes.
Okay.
I guess so.
Is it a yes for you for him?
Yes.
Okay, we got a match.
That's amazing.
I'll take this mic, and you guys can go on up. Go ahead and make some noise for them, guys.
It's a match. She says she has a foreign mindset. It's a match. Lord, goodness gracious. That ain't a match. That is not a match. That's a 30-day free trial, ladies. That's what you call a 30-day free trial. That's all I got for this episode. Well, this part of this episode. Come back again where we keep moving on with these group of men to see who else, if there's another lady that comes out and chooses any of these other men. So anyway, that's it, y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.
that you keep high.